welcome to Dreams. This is my first video with commentary on Dreams. I was going to have my first video with the intro, but I guess I had it turned off and I didn't realize, so I just kept it without commentary. But I'm sorry, and okay, I'm here. So, in this video, I mean, I'm not a pro or anything, but I'll give you some basic tips that I know that might help you with your creations. First off, I would always turn on the grids. You just go to guide, and then you would put grid snap. And here are some valuable tips that I think that might help you. In some cases, so this is the sculpt tool, the sculpt mode. For the sculpt mode, all you really do is like sculpt things and make stuff. And if you put, and yeah, there's paint. Paint is like, paint basically lets you paint stuff like text or anything you really want. Coat, like, allows you to like color stuff. And what I know is when you press the triangle button, hold on, let me give you an example. For example, let's say you want to make this, but you decide, oh, it's too green. You can always press triangle, and you can like readjust things. And then if you want to make the grass more alive, what I would like to do is I would like to use the style mode. And these are like looseness. So it would make it more like this. I wouldn't make it too deep because I feel like if you make it a little bit too deep, it would cause issues because like things will like fade inside it. I'll show you what I mean later, but yeah. There's some things I don't really know how to do yet. Like, I'm still working out how to use the puppet and like put stuff on it, so I'm not gonna showcase that. But what I will showcase is sculpting. It's best to use grid for sculpting. If you want, it can be more precise, but if you're like, sometimes you can use it without grid, and sometimes, yeah. So here, when you want to sculpt, you just hold the R2 button. And then you just use the left stick, and then you use the left stick. Then you can make a sculpture, and yeah, there you go. Then you can hold the L1. So these are basically basic tips, but I'll try to go to more complex tips the more I play the game. But I'm just starting simple. But yeah, anyway. Now that we got those under control, if you press the R2 button, you can resize it and upsize it, as in make it larger. This is probably stuff you already know. I'll go to a little harder stuff, but what is hard is logic. This took me a while. Some logic works a little differently than a Little Big Planet, but if you know logic from Little Big Planet, then it's pretty much the same. Except some require you to plug it into the object. Here, let me give you wait. Anyway, I'll just give you a brief little look at what these do. So, randomizer basically just randomizes stuff for you. Counter, all counter does is like you can set it to 1 or something, and then it'll immediately activate. And actually, alright, just read this. So it says counts up and down to give value when it gets a signal and sends a signal when it's done. So great for connecting works. Yeah, just read all this. Just pause the video and read this. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Anyway, and AND gate is basically when you put 2 of them on there, it sends a signal when they're both 2 on. Or gate. I'm not gonna reveal all of these, but because most of these should know from Little Big Planet, so I'm gonna go to the ones that are pretty new. Tag works a little differently for trigger zone. Sometimes you have to use the trigger zone, and then you would set this to tag, and then when you place a tag in, I think it would detect the tag. So if you can resize this, and then you put this to whatever you want. But yeah. And then something very new is the controller sensor. There are some issues I still have with the controller sensor, but I will give you a few tips on how it works. It's basically like the controllinator in Little Big Planet. A message is in the way. So it's basically like a controllinator in Little Big Planet, but it's also a little bit different. So what you would do is, I'm still learning too, but these are some tips that I sort of know in Dreams, because I've been learning a lot, but there are some things that I still need to get used to. So would you go to the microchip? Oh, here's another tip. When you want to connect stuff to your object, you just hold the L1 button. And then, once you do that, you press the X button. And there you go. So I'm going to show you a quick glimpse of how the controller sensor works. It's basically like Little Big Planet, but there are a lot of tabs. You can have it respawn, die, whatever. Circle button is dead. Basically, you can tweak it to do different things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the mover section. Let me get this out of the way. Hold on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the movers, right? And I'm going to... No, not rotator, but you can... Anyway, you can like adjust how things move. I'm still a little bit confused with this sometimes. But you can adjust how certain things work. Like, left stick here. You would plug this into X, Y, or Z. So, yeah, I don't know why that happens, but... I don't know. If I don't know why it does that automatically, I'm still learning the game. Anyway, another thing I learned recently is, so what you could do is go to logic and processing, was it? Or was it camera and lighting? Oh yeah, you can have a camera angle, so you can choose like which camera angle, which is kind of cool. You can like, I'll make more videos in the future once I get to know everything, but I'm just showing you some simple things. The doorway. Okay. The doorway, you can have like, so you can have it to exit, and then, or you can have it entrance, so you would basically just plug it in, like two-way, for example. You would basically just plug it in on how you want it. I'm still working out what this is, but... Okay, what else can I show you that a lot of this stuff. Connectors. Sound. Hold on a minute. Where is it? Is it in this? I'm trying to look for a certain piece of logic. Hold on. Auto guide. Anyway, hold on. If I find it. Cool. Is it wireless receiver? I still don't really know what those two does. Oh, yeah, I think you can have this to, like, grab things so your empty text it. I think that's what it is. Movement sensor. It's pretty much like laser scope. I never heard of that. Switch. Is it inside the logic section? Alright, this is what I learned about this. You can choose, obviously, what color it is. Actually, hold on a minute. And then you just choose the text or whatever. And then you would, like, resize it. And then you would choose fonts for it. Something I also learned is if you don't want it following your screen like this, press... Oh, wait, no, wait, hold on. Or that. Hold on, that's not what I meant. Anyway, you can also make it so, see how it's like following your screen? Something I learned that I didn't know about earlier was you can actually do that. So it only shows in play mode. or even, and then of course you can resize it and adjust whatever you need. I know this is basic stuff and you might already know, but I'm just trying to give advice for stuff I already know. And when I get better, I'll make some videos on stuff that are like new, that like none of you really know about. Let me just find it. Is it in font? Text subsidy? So yeah, hello. Anyway, I'm doing some tips for people who play Dreams. If I can just find out, come on, there was this button to resize things, to like, oh yeah, okay, you hold R2, yeah, I forgot about that. I'm so used to Little Big Planet, because in like the notes section, you would like choose like, it's so different from Little Big Planet. Anyway, so yeah, you would resize it, and yeah, let's move on. Something that I already showed you, but I'll review for people who just got. Here, I'll show you some things for people who just got here. Like I already said though, you can choose like different things for like paint mode, effects mode, style, whatever. In Passo, then you could choose like looseness or whatever you need. Then calm. Basically, if you play Dreams, try checking out the tutorials. But even the tutorials don't be specific about everything, to be honest. And the cool thing about Dreams is you don't have to make your stuff from scratch. You can search stuff. And then there's like a lot of things that are on here. But yeah. Anyway, another thing I want to show you is music. Because when you go to modes, you can go to sound. And then the timeline. I'm going to show you how to make simple music. I'm not a pro with music, but I'll show you how to make simple music. So you would basically choose MM instruments and choose whatever you want. I don't know. Just choose whatever you want. And then I'm going to press this button here, open sound, and then press this, and then also you can press the directional buttons. They do different things. Anyway, and then it applies for all of them. Hold on a minute. What was? Oh, press square. You can see what that does. X, circle, triangle. They all do different things. Try messing around. Press record when you're ready. Let's try that. So that's pretty simple, but that is an example. Something else you could do is wait, no, wait, let me try that again. Ah! Oh my goodness, this is so confusing. Alright, let me get another one out. So it's pretty easy once you get used to it. Hold on, oh, start performing. Let's try again. Ah! Let me try that again. Hold on. Ah. As you can tell, I'm still learning, but I'm giving you some things that I know. Okay, so let me try that again. Sorry for keeping you waiting. So, I'm just going to see what all this stuff does, so I know. So, oh, hold on. Let me. Wait. Ah. Hold on. Ah, I'm trying to, hold on. Ah, sorry. Hold on. Ah. This is so confusing. Oh, hold on, let me, so. Stop. Wait, restart. How do I erase? There we go. I'm trying to make Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but like I don't know if I can find high pitch stuff. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. What's all this? What is all this? Basic. Hold on. Alright, whatever. I'll try a different song. Alright, whatever. Let's try. There we go. Something. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's an example. And then you would just go to music and choose whatever you need. I'm gonna go to drum. Where's drums? Alright, sorry. Alright, let's try something, so. Let's do that. This is pretty bad, but I'm trying. Anyway, you get the idea. You can mess around with different instruments, or you can find different music you want, like this, or what? Yeah, and then you would. So yeah, you can just search for different music if you don't really want to make any. So that's basically the basics of Dreams. Of course, I'm still learning. I'll make an updated video on some other tutorial things that you might not know about, but this was just some simple things I wanted to share. So yeah. I'll tell you more things in future videos, but bye!